Hey everybody, this is Grace. I am on my way to get us some burgers. It's Friday and August 30th, 2024. And wait, yeah, August 30th, yeah. Okay, one more day of this month. Thank goodness. It's been so freaking unbelievably hot. And look at these people. They're doing this again. Parking right next to one another. Why does it have to be parked so close? And who dumped this thing? Will just get me all riled up again. The other day it was parked there, and it was so close, man. There's no way that an emergency vehicle, like fire truck, anything would be able to make it through there. And why should the rest of us pay? Because they apparently dumped that thing there. It's still there days later. It hasn't been moved. So, okay, now you can stay on your lane. That'd be nice. I'm starting to sound like my mother wasn't even like this. But by the time my mother was my age, she was already showing really big signs of. I think she had dementia. So by this age. Anyway, so did her parents, but they got it later in life. So, anyway, but they say some people with dementia that seemed like my mother was very, very nice woman, very sweet, and but she got mean. I mean, seriously mean. I know I'm laughing and it's not funny, but yeah, sometimes. Well, I have this thing. I do that every once in a while. I was never diagnosed with whatever it is. I don't even remember what it's called when people laugh at the wrong time. No, mine is more of a nervous laughter sometimes, or just like my mother. She was such a nice woman, and to see her be mean, she was creative with it too, and that's what was kind of funny. But at the same time, it was mean girl. It was adult mean girl stuff. Now think about somebody who was real sweet. Suddenly becoming an adult mean girl type. Okay, one of my alarms went off. I had to put all my medications and supplements and all my insulin 3 times a day and whatever I have to take. Baby aspirin, low my dosage. Anyway, put them all on alarms. So, I mean, it was at one time 12 times a day because the doctor also had me. Well, she wasn't a doctor, she was a PA. Also had me stop to take my blood pressure an hour after I took the medication. So it was I think it was 12, the maximum was 12 times a day. You think I'm going to remember all those? I get busy, active. I'm very busy. And the bad thing was when I was working, and doing that, I haven't worked much I worked one day this month. Well, we got paid one day this month. Yeah, I should put it that way. But, yeah. So, I mean, when I was working, on a regular thing, it wouldn't beep in over those apps, one of those apps for, to be working. For the food delivery stuff I'm doing for health care insurance only. Short version. But I'll let you figure it out. I live in Texas. Okay. So, anyway, but where was I talking? But right then I had to reset one of my alarms because it was telling me to take my medicines right now or right then, and I was driving. Ooh, 273 over here. So Sam's is probably 260 or so. Sam's Club. Yeah. It's just so busy over there. I was going to get some when it was 270 something. Oh, we found out what that's going to be over there. It's going to be a senior, back behind that car wash. I was so hoping for a Walmart neighborhood market or some small grocery store in this area. So we didn't have to go so far, and this is the same ones, but it's going to be a senior living community. So Adam found that out. We'd always been hoping that has been there over 20 years. Just an empty, it had parking spots, an empty lot, really. Like they were going to build like a little mall or something, but they didn't. They decided against it. Well, that's what we were hoping would eventually happen, and it's gonna be a senior living community. So when are we gonna get some stores out here? They need them, but I still want to know when we're gonna get some stores out here. Seriously. Okay, so I guess we'll wait another 20 years or so and have another one somewhere pop up and say, oh, hopefully they'll have this. Okay, now that I'm gonna get over, you're gonna suddenly start speeding up. Good going. Anyway, so what else? Today's Friday. I know I've mentioned this in the past, but one of Adam's nieces is basically back with us, staying with us. I don't even remember what year she first came here. I really don't remember. It was 2-3 years ago, maybe 2.5. I don't know, give or take. But then she wasn't staying with us. She stayed with us a short while until she got her own place. And things changed. She'd come back, and it wasn't near here. She'd come back and stay with us for holidays or whatever. She's about half my age. And she's an adult, in other words. And then this summer, I don't even remember what month it was. July. Yeah, it was. I don't know if it was early or late. So much has been going on. Let me put it that way. My memory is because too much has been going on. Really, too much. Yeah. But anyway, she started something new today. She's going to be staying with us probably for, I don't know how. I'm talking maybe years, as it is, which is kind of good. When you get, I have a language barrier with her, and so that makes it a little difficult. But she does, he told her, that she's got to contribute, and we're not talking financial. Financial is not an issue for us anymore. When we were young, it would have been really tough, but we didn't even then. So certain people, but his family. So anyway, my family, we were always the helping kind. Well, yeah. Anyway, so he says she has to help out, and she has been, especially with the kitchen. I mean, that's really it. And the rest of it, she doesn't. But helping with the kitchen, I used to hate his family for what they would do. A strong dislike. I don't like the word hate. But a strong dislike, because any of the women in his family, even the men, really, would come into, our home, which is mine and his. But I was the one that did mainly did all the cooking. And they would just to kind of like destroy it. I mean, it would still look clean and stuff like that. But what they were doing with it was, I should have turned into my lane. But what they were doing with it was they moved stuff around. So by the time they left, I'd have to go find stuff, seriously. Somebody I'd have to go find. Where in the world did they put it? Because they have this in their mind that their way is the only way it should be. And theirs is the best, and everybody should know that. Serious. And that they know everything, too. Even with what is in your field, you study for, you earn the degrees in, they still believe they know more. They're the actually people, as I call them. It's actually, is this, you need to slow that down, seriously. Really, that was crazy. That car's going about, whoa, almost hit a big truck. It's going about, let's say 70. Seriously, really. Okay, I don't know if I can stay sitting where I am, but the drive-through window at this place. But I'm staying here until somebody comes up behind me, I guess. Anyway, what was I talking about? Good question. But anyway, yeah, his niece. But where was I in that part? Goodness. What is going on over there? What is that? Okay. Anyway, she started back today. She has a new thing going on. But who knows how that is, how it's going to all go. She's going to be taking the Uber. She doesn't drive. And I'm not going to teach her how to drive. No. No. And Adam really shouldn't teach her how to drive. He's a lead foot, man. Plus, those two, they don't, I would say that they're really, okay, she came out to give the lemonades, but I am always often amazed at how much stuff costs these days. Who do I sound like? Man, Adam, really. But 3 people, there's 3 of us, hamburger, on the side, and a drink, $51, man. I'm telling my age, huh? Saying, wow, everything's so expensive. I was gonna go to this other place, but it would have been $75 for us. They aren't really burgers, but it's a meat market, and it's a butcher shop, and they have a grill, and they do meals up until, I don't know, 2 or something. I don't know if they do breakfast. I think they just do lunch. But on Friday, they do some kind of steak. It's really good. And they put it on bun, and it's very tender. It's unbelievable, but they're $25, I believe. And you get one to your side, whatever you want, tater tots, onion rings, french fries, whatever it is, and a soda. But we were, I thought about that, but nah, the steak is really big. I mean, it could do 2. So anyway, I had to get out of the car and in my SUV and put some sodas in the back. It's lemonade, actually. So okay, I'm not finishing anything here, huh? Usual. But I just I got hurt the other day. Not hurt, but not hurt. Well, in a way it is. I was sick on Tuesday. Today's Friday, and I was sick, and I thought it was food poisoning. I have a feeling actually it is a response to the kind of antibiotic they had me on. I had read that before, but I had forgotten. No, you don't turn in this one. This one's an out. That one's, so you don't turn in this one. Nope, you sure don't. You are an idiot. Do you see places to? Okay, I don't know how much of that you heard. You probably heard me say, "You idiot." But then I turned. It was really messy because I turned it off. I'm sitting there. I can't move because of that person, that car, and because I kind of had a feeling, and yeah, I was right. It was 2 very elderly women, and I don't want to stereotype anybody, any age person or anything, but it just reminded me of how my mother drove. I was just talking about that, so of course it's fresh in my mind, and they didn't understand that that's an out. I have never known anybody to come in that, because it's very narrow, and she had to stop right after she got right past me and the car behind me, because the car behind me was also in the middle, because nobody goes in that way. But they don't, to be fair, they don't have any signs that say don't enter or whatever. But anyway, and then somebody else tried to do the same thing, and it was just because that woman did, and they just stopped right in the middle of the road. The one in front of me, it's really busy, and that's where they just stop right there, stop. And finally, that woman, she had to go straight, because the woman that turned, the 2 elderly women, they were laughing. I'm like, joking. Yeah, that his light was red. They were she was laughing because because they knew that they had done wrong once they turned, and then the other person couldn't turn because that woman just stopped right there when she turned. It was like, oh my goodness. I guess in a way it is funny, but at the same time not. I don't know what I'm gonna feel whenever I become too old, that I shouldn't be driving. You know, it was really rough taking our mother's driver's license away from her. Well, really, it wasn't her driver's license. We had to take the whole vehicle, the whole car, you know, and sell it. We didn't. I was way up here, and they were like 7-hour drive away. But somebody, one of my siblings, did. What's going on? What's going on? I meant to stop that car. Anyway, but you probably heard me say a few choice words. It's kind of dangerous here. I'm not, I mean, not kind of dangerous. There are a lot of people who speed and tailgate. Okay, now, if somebody had been tailgating them, anyway. Okay, besides that, there were 2 more police vehicles going through. And everybody in front of me had just suddenly, like they were stopped, or not really stopped, but they got like going 20 miles, and they kept going 20, 25. There's a school there, but there's no school zone right now. I mean, there's no reason they have to go down to 20. So, don't know. And that's a 35, and then it turns 40 right after the school. So, 273 over there, 279 over here. Anyway, have I just left everything open? Well, that's life. You know, nothing just, okay, here's the story for today. Boom, it's over. That's all there is to it. Since when? When would that happen? So anyway, I do hope to start working myself, doing something, you know, this. I have had to come to the conclusion that woman's texting. She's probably around my age, and she's texting, and she's going all over the road. But, anyway, I had to come to the conclusion that I'm never going to have a regular job again because of this. My feet, you know, the edema, swelling, ankles, feet, bottom parts of my legs. It's been a year, over a year, and it's never been normal. I mean, they're the best I've seen them right now. But like I was mentioning earlier, I got really sick. Thought it was food poison. Turns out it was probably that antibiotic, and I've taken that antibiotic, took it 3 times or 4 times last year, and then at least 3 times this year, and I remember reading it at some time during that it could cause this. It happens. It's like food poisoning. How long is it? It could be a day to I think one of them said 2 months or something like that it'll bring it on. And I'm being plied, by the way. And this is real life, you know. And anyway, so I got really so sick, and my stomach somehow got hurt. I had that last year, wound up in the hospital 3 times. At least this time it isn't as bad so far as it was last year. But it may have some kind of infection, which is funny, you know. You take funny in not a ha-ha way, but take what in the world happened there? So, man, it must have been a bad accident. Whoops. Oh, everybody stop, why don't you? And you're gonna get behind me and come up on behind me, really? Man. Oh my goodness. That was kind of scary. I don't know if you saw it. You could see any of it. Man, that's pretty bad. Not scary, but bad. I'm still trying to figure out what had happened, because I was trying to avoid the guy behind me who was way back there, and then decided to try to go around me. That's always a kicker to me, a killer to me, or whatever to me. When people try to go around you, when there's no room to go around you. I'm serious. I don't know if you keep hearing my alarm go off. Ooh, some vultures circling around up there. Oh my goodness. They were in our yard. They're turkey vultures. 2 of them. I've seen those in this neighborhood for I don't know how long. And how many years. Maybe different ones, but always 2. And But anyway, I've left everything open, like I said, you know. I don't even know where I was.